The residential real estate market is changing. If you are thinking about selling or purchasing a home this year, now is the time to talk to a experienced, knowledgeable realtor who does real estate right. Hi, I'm Bruce Webb with Preferred Realtors right here in Plymouth. The market was crazy last year. First time in history that interest rates doubled in 1 year. I have a chart here right on our phone. It looks something like this. Okay. And it gives you a record that it went from 3.22%, over 7%, back down to 6.4%. Um, there's many reasons why it started off so low. It was artificially forced interest rate at the beginning of the year. It should have been increased a couple of years before that. So we didn't have a sticker shock that we did last year when it went up to 6 and 7%. This year, I don't expect it to change much from the 6 or 7%. It's probably going to be up and down between the two. So it's going to stay fairly steady that way this year. What I do see is inventory is starting to increase, especially the last couple of months of the year. You can see that off of the other charts or the other graphs that I have provided for you with Plymouth and Plymouth Township. It started off about one month's worth of inventory at the beginning of the year, and it's worked its way up to about just under 2 months worth of inventory when it finished off. The demand is a little bit lower than what it was, so as inventory, supply and demand, as inventory increases and demand decreases, it's going to start increasing. So what's that mean to us? Well, let's start with the buyer first of all. Buyers, you're not going to see the 15, 20 offers on a property. You're not going to have to go over 30, 40, $50,000 over asking price. You're not seeing that anymore. Now, if the home is priced right, clean and neat, you might have a few offers on the property, and I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 offers. That's just the normal market when you have a very nice home on the market. Okay, but you shouldn't have to go extremely overpriced on it. Now, there's ways that you can deal with a higher priced or higher interest rate. One, there's a couple mortgages out there, VA and FHA loans, that if the seller has these are loans that are assumable. So, if the seller is willing to work with you and their lender is willing to work with you, you can assume their mortgage. For example, if you have purchasing a $300,000 home and there's $150,000 left on the mortgage, you can assume that seller's mortgage at the lower interest rate, say a 3% interest rate. Okay, so if you need to have a second mortgage for the remainder of the balance of the price of the home, you can get a second mortgage on that or equity line or something of that nature. We used to have them, they call them 80-20 loans. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is the ARM, adjustable mortgage rate loans. Now, these aren't the same ones that got us in trouble back in 2006 and 2008. These are more regulated than what they were, and they're a lot better product than what they were back then. Okay. The other way is buying down points. You can purchase points when you get a loan and get a lower interest rate at that. Basically, what you're doing is you're just paying your interest rate up front and getting a lower interest rate for you. Now, for sellers, the main thing here is price your home correctly. Okay, and again, have the knowledge and understanding that you're not going to have 20, 30, 40 offers on your home, and you're not going to get $20,000, $30,000 over asking price. You've already built in the last few years, or you should have built in the last few years, a large portion of equity in your home. Okay, so be realistic about what you're going to get with your home and price it right. Now, you might also, since there is a lower amount of inventory on there and less demand, you still might have to prep your home a little bit more. As I said, a little more paint, a little more polish, to present your home properly. Okay. The other thing you might want to do is be willing to work with the buyer. Okay, you might offer seller concessions to get the deal done so they can afford the property or the home that they're purchasing. Okay, so these are a couple of things that are out there that you can work with. Meantime, though, if you have any questions, please give me a call at area code 734-392-6021 or email me at bruce@brucewebb.com. In the meantime, have a great Michigan day, and let's talk soon. Bye now.